On the second day, we decided to go down to Akrotiri to visit the ruins of Santorini, which is the original settlement of the island. On the side of the road along the way, we discovered there's a place called the Heart of Santorini. The Heart of Santorini is this interesting rock formation that overlooks the caldera. And we didn't really know what we were getting into, but we had the whole day and we figured, well, why not? We'll just explore. So we drove, it's about halfway down to Akrotiri, and pulled off in this parking lot and started walking down the path. So last night we were in that area at the restaurant up there looking at this caldera here. And it was so incredibly windy, but just fantastic views as expected. And then there's this really neat little formation here where you can see Fira basically through this hole in the rock, which is kind of neat. And there was also a chapel there. I don't remember what it was called, but it was just a neat little chapel overlooking the caldera. Really beautiful views. We were just having a great time and a good start. A little video of just how windy it is. So the funny part about the trip to Akrotiri is that we didn't know exactly where the ruins were. We knew where the town was, but not the ruins. So we drove down there. You had to be there at a specific time to get in. And we stopped and couldn't seem to figure it out. And then I looked at the tickets and it said it was in Fira. So we drove back to Fira. So another, 28-minute drive to get back. Now we're starting to rush because we're afraid we're going to be late. We get back to the museum in Fira and they tell us, oh no, the ruins of Akrotiri are in Akrotiri, as you might imagine. Starting to get a little frustrated, driving probably too fast to get back down to the ruins. And turns out the spot we had stopped to discuss it, we were literally right in front of the entrance, but just didn't see it. So, what do you do? They didn't seem to care that we were a few minutes late. We got in and looked around the ruins, which were really interesting. This is the original settlement that was on the island, and that was destroyed by the volcanic eruption. They had pottery and different displays and even a video that kind of described how life was like there. Really enjoyed the ruins. Well worth the visit. After that, we walked down the hill to the beachfront because it was starting to get towards lunchtime. And we wanted to have something to eat. And we found, I think, one of our favorite spots on the island, which was called Cafe Akrotiri. It was just a quiet little spot, sort of off from the main touristy spots. And really just a restaurant for the hotel, the hotel that was there. And so we were able to sit there and look at the sailboats floating, off, or, that were moored off the shore. And they had this great Greek pizza, which is kind of like a pizza. And we had a beer and just sort of enjoyed the moment. And it was just one of those fantastic moments. I think we both really loved it.
Do you think this is like a boat garage? Yeah, maybe.
As we were walking back to the car, we noticed all of the cars that were parked, and of course the cars on the island tend to be a lot smaller, and so we were discussing, the different types of cars that you see there versus what you see in the US.
There's Toyota, Nissan,
Suzuki, which hasn't sold cars in the US in several years.
Where is that from? That Toyota?
Suzuki is Japanese, Toyota.
There's those small Toyotas. I haven't seen those.
Yeah, there are a lot of Peugeot,
That's a very common.
French car.
That's French.
I don't even know what this thing is.
No idea. It's another Toyota right there.
Toyota.
What brand is that? That Toyota. Let me watch out.
Which model?
Eh?
Igo.
Igo. Huh.
That's a Citroen.
Fiat. Oh, the Fiats. I've seen
Fiat.
several.
They're Italian. Yeah.
What are that? What is that?
Italian, that's a Fiat. That's French.
Huh. What is this?
That's a Fiat.
Oh,
I think. Or maybe it's Citroen.
many different brands in here.
Yeah. Citroen. Yeah.
That's super. That's like the smart car.
That's like. If we lived here, this
The
is go-kart.
yeah. There you go. That's a way to go around.
Yeah, little dune buggy.
Good. Still driving up, huh?
We're still climbing. I wouldn't think there would be that big of a mountain here.
So this is the highest point in Santorini.
Yeah. We must be getting close.
Gosh, how are we gonna fit? Oh my God! Look at this. We need fit in this lane. Oh my
It's
God.
essentially a one-lane, two-lane
Oh
road.
my God. Oh, watch out with this curve.
So after lunch, we decided we would drive up to the top of the highest mountain on the island, which was well known as a viewing point. And at the top of that mountain is the Prophet Elias Monastery. We thought it would be fun to
Talking about.
take a look at that,
Oh
and
my
you know,
God.
we were just exploring.
Little
So
heights, Lord.
it was a surprisingly long drive up to the top of the hill. It sort of was more than we expected, I guess, you know, and the road was narrow, which was sort of funny. You know, it was sort of like you had a one-lane, two-lane road, meaning there was really only enough room for one lane, but they were driving in two directions.
Ahí están los Cock-a-doodle-doo.
But boy, what a view! You could see, it seemed like the entire island from up there, and then of course the monastery was very beautiful. The monastery had a neat little gift shop, so we were able to pick up a few things there that we thought were interesting, and just enjoyed the moment before we headed back to the hotel. On the way back, we decided to stop at the supermarket to pick up a few things, a few snacks, and we thought it would be fun to film what's available there. Sort of an interesting little supermarket. I guess there's only a couple of big, quote-unquote, big supermarkets on the island.
So what are we doing, mi amor?
I'm trying to pick a good Greek coffee.
What does this look like?
It says Greek coffee with an oriental aroma. I don't know what that means. It's very complicated, this whole coffee business. That looks like more like espresso.
Well, good thing I don't drink coffee, otherwise I'll be going crazy. And these are like juices. I wonder if they have kombucha here. Oh, like the bread section. Type of grocery stores that they have here. This is the AV, oh, the Alphabet
Grocery store.
grocery store.
And then before we knew it, the day was over. We were back in Fira to wander around and watch the sunset again, which obviously spectacular. And then wander these little shops and boutiques, which are really interesting. This, of course, very very touristy, so it's very busy. Fira is also the place where the cruise lines embark and disembark. So these shops are all geared towards quick sales and massive volume of people, but fun nonetheless to wander around and look at, and very pretty. They keep it very nice there.
We're walking back to our hotel.
It's like a labyrinth of these little paths.
Yeah, just keep walking and walking.
I think our blue door's off to the left, but I don't ever remember seeing the church. The path tells us to go out to the main road.
Here, Brenda, this has her blue door that leads us to our hotel. And this is our hotel at nighttime. Such a pretty view.